Local 4 News starts now with a breaking news alert.
That breaking news happening at Van Buren Township, where a train has derailed. Drone 4 overhead right now showing several cars off the tracks. We'll have a live report in just minutes. Plus, new details just released on the deadly shootings at Michigan State University. We're learning the killer legally bought 2 handguns but never registered them. We're live in East Lansing coming up. And a winter weather alert and advisory in effect right now for part of the viewing area, and we could see some slick conditions today. Obviously, we have a lot to get to this noon, but we're going to start with that wintry mix that could impact your drive home today. Ashley Barresi batting leadoff today because the forewarn all lit up with the winter weather advisory, Ash.
That's right. And actually, this winter weather advisory was updated just a couple hours ago. It was supposed to go into effect at 10 o'clock this morning, and they pushed it back with the timing of this precipitation. So most of us are now under this advisory, but for Wayne, Washtenaw, Monroe counties, this actually will not go into effect until 4 o'clock this afternoon, but still set to lift for all of southeastern Michigan at 4 a.m. tomorrow. So this will have a much bigger impact on the evening commute, just like we were anticipating. Exact Track 4D radar shows that we do have a sliver of some showers from Howell off between Jackson and Lansing. You could just get right south of Lansing and there could be a little freezing drizzle. Alma, farther north, is where we have some of those snow showers. We will zoom out, though, to show you just how massive this system is. So there is a ton of snow on the cold edge of this system and some heavier storms and rain down to the south, just south of the Ohio River. We'll get a little bit of rain before that wintry mix starts to push into our area. Right now, downtown Detroit, 36 in Ann Arbor, 35 in Howell, 41 in Adrian. The winds have started to pick up between about 10 to 15 miles per hour. Not as gusty as yesterday, but with that northerly breeze, that's going to put a little bite in the air. So for this afternoon, those temperatures will drop right around to the freezing mark, 4 or 5 o'clock. And that's really when we start to see the changeover. I think 8 o'clock onward is when the conditions really start to deteriorate. We'll have more on that coming up, but please download our Forewarn Weather app. You can check it at home or on the go. You can take radar with you. Download the free Forewarn Weather app today.
All right, moments ago, the MSU Police and Public Safety Department releasing new details about the deadly shootings at Michigan State University. We're learning the killer legally bought those 2 handguns but never registered those. Our Sean Lay was at that press conference and is on campus live for us this afternoon. Sean, good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you, Jason. Let me give you the headlines here and the big picture. Yesterday, we were able to confirm for you that Anthony McCray, the shooter, had 2 handguns. We learned a bit more about those guns today here from Lansing Police, as you mentioned, MSU Police, MSP, and the FBI. But also, when McCray was found, or police were closing in, and he shot himself, they later immediately checked him out and found a letter in his wallet with other targets McCray was apparently going to go after. Targets that include a church, businesses in the area, a Meijer he may have worked at, a Meijer warehouse, and also we learned a bit more about those 2 handguns we first told you about yesterday. Let's tell you more about this. Of course, Monday night, Anthony McCray walked from his father's home about 5 miles to the MSU campus. He opened fire on students in 2 buildings. 3 of those students are dead. 5 remain in the hospital. Told you yesterday that we confirmed McCray was found with 2 handguns, but now also learning he had multiple loaded magazines in his backpack and ammo in his backpack. He was ready, apparently, to go after more targets. Once he took his own life, also found that letter I mentioned naming other targets that he was apparently intent on shooting up, which included the Meijer warehouse where we believed he once worked, a discount store, a fast food place in the area, a church, as well as naming MSU in that letter. In the update we got this morning from MSU and police this morning, police call McCray a loner who was likely targeting anyone he felt disrespected him in the past.
Reference the note with the listing of the businesses. Through our investigation, we found that he had had contact with some of those places. He was an employee of the Meijer warehouse at one time. And a couple of other businesses, it appears that he'd had some issues with the employees there where he was asked to leave. So it looks like he possibly, a motive for that was he just felt slighted.
Felt slighted. Jason, we did ask, look, if he was walking away after those shootings at MSU, just awful on Monday night. Where was he going? Was he headed to those other targets? He was very close to his father's home. Right now, investigators believe he was simply going home at that time. A lot to unpack here. So much new information that we are learning and continue to dig up. Much more later, 4, 5, and 6. Jason, back to you.
Yeah, certainly. And just the logistical notes, too, a sidebar, Sean, to what you're reporting. Just Berkey Hall to remain closed the rest of the semester. No decision yet on the MSU Union, but the university will get back to regular operations. Classes still canceled through Sunday. All right, Sean, we appreciate it. Guadalupe Uapia Perez is one of the 5 students still in the hospital after the shooting. She goes by Lupe and is a hospitality business junior. Her family says she has a long road to recovery ahead of her. Her sister started a GoFundMe to help with health care expenses with a goal of $50,000. At last check, that was approaching $350,000 in donations. Just a tremendous outpouring from the MSU community. If you'd like to help, we do have a link to that GoFundMe on our website. Click on Detroit.com. And just a quick reminder of those 5 students that were in critical condition. We also got a word today that one of them has been upgraded to stable. And as Sean kind of pointed out, this is definitely an active investigation. If you have any photos or video linked to the MSU campus shooting or the shooter himself, the FBI has set up an online portal for uploading those files. We've posted a link on our website that will take you right to the evidence submission page, and our coverage will continue at clickondetroit.com, where you can find the very latest on everything happening at Michigan State. Back to our breaking news. A train has derailed in Van Buren Township. Drone 4 overhead showing several of those cars off the tracks. It appears maybe 6 to 7 of them. It's in the area of Huron River Drive between Martinsville and Haggerty Roads. Rod Maloney is live there for us this afternoon. And Rod, it may be too soon, but any chance we know what was being hauled in those cars?
Well, there were a lot of things on here. It looks like there's some coal. They also had car haulers here that were empty as we got a chance to look at them. But take a look down the track here, and you can see that there are a number of rail cars there that have actually gone over on their side. There are seven actual train cars that have gone off the track. Several of them are on their side. Now, Dave McAnally is the chief of the Van Buren Fire Department, and he is here to kind of give us the update. And Chief, we've had a couple of conflicting reports about what's out here, hazardous materials not, and so forth. So tell us a little bit about what you know about what they've been carrying here and what the status is out here.
There was only one car that had hazardous materials on it. It was liquid chlorine. The car was not affected in the incident, had no leaks, and it didn't come off the tracks, and has already been gone for about 45 minutes now. They've taken half the train away. The other half of the train here should be, or a good portion of this train should be gone in the other direction within the next hour, they're telling me Norfolk is. And then in about 6 to 8 hours, they should have the rest of the cars that you see there up on the tracks and on their way.
This has been quite the sort of traffic snarl around here, and you're saying that should abate here shortly?
Yeah, hopefully within the next hour we'll have the 2 major crossings on this area of the township open, and the people can traverse. They can go through the city, or they can go to Hannon Road now to get around.
Talk about, I mean, we know what happened in Ohio a couple of weeks ago. Did that thought sort of go across your mind? And, you know, is there a plan for a township like Van Buren to be able to cope with something that could get out of hand?
Yeah, we have. We work very closely with Wayne County Emergency Management, Wayne County Homeland Security. We have stuff set up for something like that was going to happen. Those calls were made within minutes of us getting here, verifying that we didn't have those circumstances, situations.
So we're blessed in this one.
Yeah, it's almost like a non-incident per se, other than traffic and some issues with the train. Yeah,
well, we like it when that happens.
Yep.
Chief, thank you so much. We appreciate that. So, Jason, we've got some more pictures, and we're beginning talking to some of the neighbors here. But as it stands right now, they should have this cleared up later on this afternoon. Reporting live in Van Buren Township, Rod Maloney, Local 4.
Yeah, really good information, Rod, especially to people in that area, people living nearby, to hear just an update on this is turning out to be a non-event. Very good to hear. All right, Rod Maloney, we appreciate it. Much more ahead here at noon, including our Hank Winchester, who's live in Utica. And Hank, you want to hear from the people.
Yeah, we certainly do. That's why we're here. We're talking with our viewers like Jim here, who has a problem with a local plumber. That's what it's all about, solving your problems, hearing your complaints. We're going to see you live right after the break.